Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello, Enzo. Heard any interesting news lately?
Oh, there's plenty. Have you heard about the recent comments from Max Verstappen?
Verstappen, the star driver of Red Bull.
The same. He's been defending his father's outspoken nature and discussing his future with Red Bull.
Outspoken nature. Is this about Jos Verstappen's criticism of Christian Horner?
Right you are, mate. Jos Verstappen has stirred quite a controversy with his words about Christian Horner and the Red Bull team.
And Max Verstappen's future with Red Bull. Is there a chance he might leave the team?
Well, Verstappen suggests it would take something extraordinary for him to leave Red Bull at the end of the 2024 season.
Extraordinary, you say? Like the unexpected move of Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari?
Spot on, William. Hamilton's move to Ferrari is an example of how unpredictable things can be in Formula One and in life.
And what about the rumors of a meeting between Jos Verstappen and Mercedes F1 team boss Toto Wolff?
The plot thickens, doesn't it? But all we know for now is that a meeting took place. The nature of it remains unclear.
Blimey, sounds like quite a whirlwind in the world of Formula One.
Hey, all you motor enthusiasts out there, this is your host Enzo.
And it's William, here to navigate the twists and turns of Formula One with you all.
You're tuned in to the pulse of Formula One on F1 Motor Fever podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to keep up with all the adrenaline-fueled action. Now, let's go full throttle. So, what we've got here is a bit of a family dispute, with Max Verstappen defending his father Jos Verstappen's comments about Red Bull boss Christian Horner. Jos Verstappen suggested the team could be torn apart if Horner remained at the helm, following a cleared investigation into allegations of misconduct. This has sparked fears that Max Verstappen might consider moving to another team in 2025.
Right, and with Lewis Hamilton's surprising move to Ferrari, it's a reminder that anything can happen in Formula One and in life in general.
However, Verstappen emphasizes he's quite content with Red Bull, and there's no reason to leave. He's focused on his driving, which is critical for the team's performance right now.
Very true. But if things were to go really crazy, as Verstappen puts it, would he still remain with Red Bull?
That's the looming question, isn't it? Considering Red Bull's dominant performance last season, winning 21 out of 22 races, it would indeed require an extreme situation for Verstappen to consider such a move.
But in a sport as unpredictable as Formula One, such a scenario is not entirely off the cards.
Indeed, and with Jos Verstappen's meeting with Mercedes F1 team boss Toto Wolff adding fuel to the speculation, there's a shadow of uncertainty hanging over Verstappen's future. It's not too far-fetched to consider a situation where Verstappen might be compelled to make a move.
A daunting prospect, that. It would definitely stir things up in the world of Formula One.
Well, we can't ignore the fact that Max Verstappen had 19 wins out of Red Bull's incredibly dominant 21 last season. He started the latest campaign with a Grand Slam win, clearly showing his prowess as a driver.
Absolutely. Whatever's happening off the track, it's clear that Verstappen has made a strong start to the season.
Verstappen is understandably close to his father, former F1 racer Jos, and defends him as an outspoken man who isn't known for telling lies.
Yes, it appears that the bond between Max and Jos Verstappen is strong, and the opinions of Jos carry some weight with his son.
And the fact that Jos was reportedly seen in a meeting with Mercedes F1 team boss Toto Wolff doesn't do anything to quell the speculation about Max's future.
No, it certainly doesn't. It's all speculation at this point, but it's an interesting situation to keep an eye on.
Indeed, as the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. The big question is, what would make Max Verstappen leave Red Bull at the end of 2024?
That's a question only Max Verstappen himself can answer. And until then, all we can do is speculate and watch what unfolds on and off the track.
William, why don't we suss out what the online community is saying about this, eh?
Good plan, Enzo Watts. Well, our main post comes from a chap called Phil Duncan. He shares, quote, Verstappen was asked if his father regretted his comments. I have not asked him that, but my dad is very outspoken and he is not a liar, that is for sure. My dad and I are very close. We call every day. I don't see myself in F1 without them, his father and manager, by my side." Unquote.
A bit of family loyalty there. Any insightful comments, William?
Oh, there's plenty of banter, mate. Near the Sun starts off saying, quote, "That's rather more direct than I was expecting him to say." Unquote.
Hey, nobody ever accused Max of being subtle.
Quite right, Enzo. Truth in Essence chimes in, quote, "This doesn't sound at all like Max is prepared to burn the bridges." Unquote.
So he's sitting on the fence, is he?
Seems like it. In response, Solid Proportions reckons, quote, "He's giving me the trying to skate that fine line of I'm letting other people handle those discussions vibes." Unquote.
A touch of diplomacy from Max, perhaps?
Maybe. Then Leremanon comments, quote, "Sounds like he just wants to drive the car and not get caught up in all the politics." Unquote.
Can't blame him there, can we, William?
Certainly not, Enzo. That's a sentiment echoed by another user, GSFGF, who reckons, quote, "Max wants the status quo, because the status quo means he legitimately might win every race this year." Unquote.
Well, we'll see if the status quo holds, won't we? Anything else catching your eye?
There's plenty more. But finally, we've got Negative Structure saying, quote, "I don't buy this or shucks, I'm just a simple driver narrative." Unquote.
Hey, well, everyone's got their 2 pennies, haven't they? Quite a bit of speculation and opinion there, and it's all part of the fun. Keep an eye on it, William. There's bound to be more as the season progresses. Well, that's a wrap, folks. It's been a pleasure to have you along for this episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast. We've been deep in the weeds of the F1 world, dissected the latest race, and even had a wee peek at what fans online are saying about it all. Remember, if you've enjoyed what you've heard, be a good sport, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you're always in pole position when a new episode drops. And don't keep us a secret. Share us with your mates, your family, even your work colleagues. Heck, shout about us from the rooftops if you fancy. And if you have a moment, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And don't forget, we're here, rain or shine, every day. So make us part of your routine, like a good cuppa in the morning. And oh, don't worry, we've got plenty more under the bonnet for you in the coming days.
Absolutely, William. We're incredibly grateful for your support. It's you, the listeners, who make this all worthwhile. So until next time, keep your ear to the ground and your eyes on the prize. Pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.